Hi everybody, welcome back to another fun day of resin where we'll be using the LED UV Super Resin. I've got some embellishments here, some little seashells, sand, glitter, and I do have this beautiful seashell that we'll be using today. My nice working mat so you can see and the white paper is not distracting. But we are going to do something like this where it looks like an ocean inside the seashell. So the first thing that I like to do and that we've been doing is I want to mix our sand and resin first. So we're gonna put the sand in the bottom portion right here of the seashell. I probably, again, we need to work in small layers. So I put 2 jelly bean size pieces of resin right there. And then I want the sand to be, I want kind of equal parts. I don't want the resin to really separate from it after I mix it. So it's gonna be kind of lumpy, which is perfectly fine. Yes, like this. Excellent. And it's pretty thick. And that's actually exactly what we want. So I'm gonna put it in the bottom right here. And I'm just gonna scoop that out and then spread it around the bottom portion here. And I'm gonna try and make, I don't want it like perfectly flat. I like to have a little movement where it looks like it dips down some, comes up, so it's not exactly flat. Yeah? So I just put it right inside the shell. Next, I'll do a thin layer of clear. So I'm just going to put a small amount of clear right next to the sand. And I can actually use that same toothpick and just kind of spread it around so it's right next to the sand. Now I'm not filling it up at this point where it's totally level with the shell and making it flat. It's still kind of like a bowl in there. I'm just coating the inside, not filling it up, because this type of resin needs to work in thin layers. So we're gonna build it up as we go. Next, let's do a little bit, 2 jelly bean sizes. 1, 2, and then some glitter. And again, we want the glitter, we want it to be thick like the sand was. So we're gonna give this little mix. Let me get our embellishments out of the way. Little mix. Loving this color. This is an extra fine glitter that actually it makes it look like a paint. And now I'm gonna scoop that out and go right on top of where that clear was. And we'll just do a very thin layer. Now, I accidentally got some right up here where I will just take a paper towel or my finger, because I don't have a paper towel with me. I'm just gonna wipe that off. But my hand's sticky now. It's better if you do have a paper towel. But this is a very thin coat. I should probably just get a new toothpick and just kind of spread. So again, it's just a very thin layer like that. And we're now going to put it under the light. Now I'll probably use this mixture again, so I'm going to put it over here away from the light. And cover my light, set it and forget it. Now, while that's baking, I'm gonna look for some shells. Maybe I want to put in 1 or 2 shells. Or yeah, maybe you guys have found some tiny little shells on the beach that you want to use. I want something that's going to be a little bit of a contrast so I can actually see it. So I might go for some darker ones. I'm not sure what you have available. Sometimes pearls are good. It's good to look around the house and see if there's things you might have around the house or things that you've collected on the beach that are tiny, tiny, tiny that you might want to use. And then I've got some little tiny pearls in here too. Let's take a look. It's hard, glossed over, beautiful. I'm gonna do another layer of clear on top. And this time I'm gonna be a little more generous with that clear so it coats thinly over everything that I've done. I'll take a new toothpick, just kind of spread that around, covering all of that color I did before. And this is beautiful. This can be like a little dish even afterwards. Now it's completely up to you. You can coat the entire shell, just thin coats little by little, or it can just look like there's a little bit of water in there. Just, you can see that in the light. It's so cool. I'm just gonna do a thin layer of clear just over the colored portions that I did before. And I have a little sand left over here. I'm gonna mix a little more sand. Scoop that. Because I want it a little chunky. Now, you wouldn't want to pour the sand on top of here because if you did that, it may spread everywhere. I did that one time and it didn't turn out for me so good. Because the sand, just like glitter, it's too fine. Now I'm going to put a few seashells. Those seashells are friends. Excuse me. And then let's do, I have a little pearl too, I'll put in there. So I just added some little embellishments in there, pearls, some seashells, and then we'll set it and forget it. Let's look at our final piece. Look how beautiful. Oh, and I'm noticing too that my shell is a little warm, which is totally natural. This this lamp just kind of heats it up a little bit as that UV settles. Now I don't want to do another layer because I don't want to bury those shells. I love how I can see the seashells and the pearl is all a little bit raised in there. And I actually think this is going to be the perfect dish for like my ring. I think I can rest it in there just fine. It's so cute. You can continue to add more layers if you want, but I do suggest that after you put the shells on, you should stop. This one, I feel like I might have filled it up just a little bit too much. I did lots and lots of layers in there. And that time I used a little bit of a powder in there. This one I used the glitter. I think I actually prefer that extra fine glitter. I think it's really pretty. So there you have it, your seashell resin project today. We hope you enjoyed it and we'll see you next time.